This weekend on WWF Superstar, as Bret the Hitman Hart battled Irwin R. Shyster, Mr. Fuji, manager of Yokozuna, approached the ring, obviously planning to further his devious master scheme. Bret took care of this distraction, unfortunately, however, prompting Jim Cornette and the WWF champion Yokozuna to enter the arena. While Yokozuna, Cornette, and Fuji continued their plot, Bret and Irwin R. Shyster continued to grapple in a tremendous match of skill. Suddenly, Fuji's intentions became obvious when he rammed the Japanese flag into the back of the Hitman. Looking to take advantage of the situation, Irwin R. Shyster prepared to take the Hitman out until Bret's brother Owen came to assist the Hitman. And while Owen defended the Hart family honor, Bret took care of Yokozuna. And tonight, for the first time on home TV, the return matchup from WrestleMania, the WWF Championship up for grabs, Yokozuna versus the Hitman Bret Hart. Welcome everyone to a special Sunday Night Showdown. I'm Vince McMahon, joined by Bobby the Brain Heenan, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you will see Yokozuna, the reigning WWF champion, square off against the former WWF champion, the Hitman Bret Hart. Now, a few moments ago, you saw some actions preceding tonight's title matchup involving Yokozuna, Irwin R. Shyster, and the Hitman Bret Hart. And you saw Yokozuna actually embarrassed by the Hitman. Will Yokozuna pay the ultimate embarrassment tonight on the Showdown?
Well, I've got a funny feeling in my stomach, and it's not from that hot fudge sushi me and Mr. Fuji had. It's the feeling I've got that Bret the Hitman Hart could very well walk into Survivor Series as a WWF champion. Look at the edge he'd have there.
You can bet that the events of tonight will no doubt lead, ladies and gentlemen, and have a very important significance on the Survivor Series itself. Headed your way this coming Wednesday night, the pay-per-view spectacular. All right, but back now to the Showdown. How big is tonight's Showdown? It is so big, we will emanate from not one but two locations. Joining us as well, legendary Gorilla Monsoon along with Jim Ross. And gentlemen, what are you going to bring us?
Well, Vince, you're not going to believe how we're going to kick it off tonight. You're going to see Bastion Booger. Folks, he's going to weigh in at over 400 pounds. The only wrestler I've ever seen with his own hump. He's going to take on Doink the Clown. Doink, Gorilla, great athletic ability, but he's got the Doink attire, the Clown attire. How many will we see tonight?
Well, we never know for sure how many Doinks are going to show up, whether it'll be 2, 3, perhaps 4, as there will be on Wednesday night. But I thought I saw maybe 14 of them out there in the bus. But I understand that Booger made a remark. He said, if I'm not successful in this endeavor, I'm going to Hollywood, make another prehistoric movie. It's going to be called Jurassic Pork.
Well, there you hear it, guys, from
Jurassic
our side.
Pork. Well, speaking of clowns, Gorilla, standing next to me, your old broadcast colleague, the Brain.
You've got the #1 clown. That's the Weasel, not the Brain, Vince.
I beg your pardon.
You talk about guys with humps. They got 2 humps. They're sticking out of their collars of their shirts.
Hey, would you be nice? And what else, gentlemen, are you going to bring us tonight?
Well, we will go from the ridiculous Vince to the sublime when a man that wants to be the Intercontinental Champion, IRS, takes on a man that once was the Intercontinental Champion, Marty Jannetty. Gorilla, this has all the makings of a classic.
Oh, a classic confrontation indeed. The speed, the scientific ability of Marty Jannetty against the cunningness of Irwin R. Shyster. This is going to be a beauty.
Oh,
Gentlemen, we're looking forward to it. Excuse me.
Yes, indeed, and so are we, Jim. We're going to have a great time here tonight.
That's not the most important thing in this evening. The championship match is very important, but the highlight of the program tonight is going to be, you know, Robin Leach goes all over the world to these big mansions, these big homes. Well, tonight I have my friend, Rio Rogers, in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with the undisputed Intercontinental Champion, in my opinion, Shawn Michaels, and they're at the front door of Stu and Helen Hart. They're going to go in the house where the Harts live, interview them right here. Helen bought a new dress today. Well, she put on her best-looking dirty dress, I guess something like that, and she had her hair done on a makeover or
Let's
something.
take you over now to gentleman Jim Ross along with Gorilla Monsoon for the call.
Booger.
This contest is
And here he comes, Bastion Booger, the grotesque one.
weighing 401 pounds.
Well, I've had good news already, Jim. The Weasel's sick.
Yeah, he doesn't look too well, but maybe it's psychosomatic. I don't know. Bastion Booger is doing well. He's got some groceries with him.
Well, he can't go more than 3 or 4 minutes without some kind of sustenance.
401 pounds, Bastion Booger, who will be competing at his first WWF Survivor Series just 3 days from now, has brought his dinner with him here.
Well, the Doinksters have claimed that they're going to eliminate him first.
That was a claim they made this about a week ago.
His opponent,
And here he comes.
34 pounds, Doink the Clown.
Quite a mode of transportation, Gorilla.
Well, economical to say the least.
Remember those buckets?
Oh boy, do I ever.
Luna Vachon certainly remembers the bucket of water very distinctively, I would think. And so does, of course, the beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow. He may never forget that situation.
Bam Bam's still having nightmares about that.
If he's got food in there, we may have a runaway.
Huh.
Oh, just a little confetti.
Confetti in one, who knows in the other? Well, only time will tell that.
Doink is wearing those Sally Jesse Raphael glasses. Large red ones, and his popularity, and it's kind of hard to believe sometimes.
Skyrocketed.
It has really skyrocketed in the last couple of months.
Well, he better pay attention to business here.
Well, a man this large, with this much mass, cannot be taken lightly, no pun intended.
Could terminate your career.
Certainly cause some damage with those.
Wait a minute, maybe past his feeding time.
Maybe he's taking the scooter
He'll
hostage.
break that.
No, he wants. Well, Booger doesn't have a great deal of foot and eye coordination. We know his hand and eye coordination is good. At least his hand and mouth coordination is successful.
Well, I've been watching him very closely. Every time his elbow bends, his mouth opens automatically.
Well, we know that that's the first water probably has been on Booger's body in a while. We know that Doink the Clown is an excellent wrestler, especially an excellent mat wrestler, Gorilla. And I would think for Doink to be successful, somehow he would have to take this big guy down.
Well, got to take his pins out from underneath him and get him down on the canvas, and then you take away all that power.
Of course, these men will, whoops. These men are on opposing teams at the WWF Survivor Series, a pay-per-view exclusive.
3 more Doinks to make up that team of 4.
I think Bastion Booger is ready to begin the manly art of catch-as-catch-can wrestling. Little collar and elbow tie-up, and you see Booger's size advantage. Booger's not going to want to wrestle much faster than this. He likes it at a slow, methodical pace. It's hard to miss that target.
He's got him down.
That's the old playground tactic there. I don't think Bastion's enjoying this outing.
Said, I'm not wrestling a clown. Well, you certainly are. And at this point in time, you're the clown. I'm sure that his team partners, Bam Bam, of course, along with the head shrinkers, are watching this match with great interest.
Booger brings Doink outside here, and this is not where Doink wants to be.
Uh-oh. Setting him up right against the steel post. Look out. Oh.
He mashed him against the ring post of the 401-pound Bastion Booger. You gotta wonder, Gorilla, what kind of teamwork that the quartet of Bigelow, the head shrinkers, and Mr. Booger will have.
Well, I think that Alpha's going to be able to orchestrate that whole thing. And Bam Bam certainly will listen to Alpha.
What do you think Luna's involvement will be? She's not going to be, she's not the demure little quiet type that likes to blend into the woodwork.
Well, it's not going to be a 4 against 4. It's going to be 4 against 6. You know, they're going to have to be looking over their shoulder all the time. That's not fair.
Whip to the far side. Goes Doink the Clown, and Bastion Booger caught Doink with a very hard and well-placed elbow. But Booger is wasting valuable time with those rather repulsive gyrations in the ring.
You know, but at any given time, Jim Ross, a whole lot of Doinks could show up.
Well, we know that they have originated from under the ring and in balconies and everywhere else.
You could eliminate 3 of them, and there's still liable to be 5 out there.
You have to be officiating that match. When you lose, you got to go back to the locker room.
Yeah, but they all look alike.
Well, we think they will.
I'm sure they will.
All we have seen has, except there's been, well, you know, I just think that there's going to be some problems there for the official. One Doink could stay out there as long as he wanted, theoretically, if they all are identical, as you have mentioned.
Yeah, suppose, for example, one got counted out. He went outside the ring, and they all got together, had a little do-si-do, and the swing your partner left, and somebody leaves, and you don't know if it's a guy that got beat that left or not.
Well, like I said, I would not want to officiate that one, and trying to control Luna Vachon and Appa on the outside is no small task either. As Bastion Booger, as we predicted, has kept this match very methodical, very deliberate.
Kicked him right in the sternum, might have knocked the wind out of him.
Really, should we question Bastion Booger's cardiovascular conditioning?
Oh, no question about it. You know, any match that goes past 10 minutes, this guy's in trouble. But he has to keep moving all the time, like an elephant. You know, they have to keep their heart beating, so they have to keep swaying from side to side.
And I'm sure he's motivated by knowing that as soon as the match is over,
he can get groceries.
He can have his pizza.
Boy.
Doink has not had any sustained offense in this contest as of yet. He got into a little slugfest early after some clowning around with Bastion Booger, and Booger has pretty well taken care of things since that time.
You know, that might have been the wrong game plan for the Doinkster. Should have came out there and took care of business right from the get-go.
He was clowning around a little too much, maybe.
1, 2.
You think he underestimated Booger, who's, I mean, here's a guy, again, we said 400 pounds, moves around pretty good for a guy his size, but I mean, at that kind of mask, I mean, like you said, he falls on you, you're in trouble.
Well, if they go into the WWF Survivor Series, all 4 Doinks with that attitude, they're in for a long evening.
Oh, right there. That could be all right there. The leg right across the face. And Doink the Clown, as you can easily see, ladies and gentlemen, in a great deal of trouble.
Should have covered him right there.
Bastion may have made an error there. Time will tell as far as that is concerned. And again,
look at this now.
using that mass we described, at least 401. He admits to that.
Choking him out on that second rope. Doesn't take long for that oxygen to deplete.
I'd like to know how much he really weighs. Maybe we could take him out to my hometown out there in Oklahoma and take him to the feed store and weigh him on the feed scales.
Or hang him up there on the meat hook.
Hammering blow to the mid-back area. Luckiest fans in the country are those that have tickets for the WWF Survivor Series. As many of you will remember, it sold out in about an hour.
Less than 1 hour, broke all kinds of records.
Another headbutt. Bastion Booger has not gotten any hurry. He has kept everything extremely deliberate, and he's gaining that unfair advantage right there.
I understand, Jim Ross, you've never been in the Boston Garden.
My first time. I can't wait. Home of the Boston Celtics,
Oh, my
great
goodness.
radio broadcaster Johnny Most.
Wait till you see all those tremendous retired jerseys hanging from the rafters there. Look at this now.
Doink finally showing some signs of life here. And as we saw that flurry, Bastion Booger made sure that it didn't go any farther by raking Doink in the eyes. Whip to the far side, but Booger cannot connect until that time. And this should be all. Look at that mass on top of Doink. And Doink tapped Booger on the shoulder. Booger thinks it was the referee, but it was Doink. He's got him cradled. And Doink the Clown defeats Bastion Booger here on the showdown.
Just like a beached whale. Once he got on his back, he couldn't get up.
He outsmarted him, Gorilla.
He certainly did.
Well, he's got some Tabasco sauce. I recognize that. Tabasco sauce. And I don't think Bastion is aware that
Oh, some pizza.
a couple of slices of pizza that Bastion Booger brought to the ring with him. Doink has just doused him with hot sauce. And now he wants to get a bird's eye view of what the proceedings here. Well, you know the Booger's not going to let any food go to waste.
Absolutely not. This guy never stops clowning around. I can't believe it.
This drum is empty. I think he's signaling. Don't tell him how old that pizza is. Probably not that old.
Enjoy yourself.
Tabasco sauce.
Oh, he got the hot shot.
Too hot for the Booger Man. Ladies and gentlemen, Doink has done it to Bastion Booger, and now let us take you back 3 weeks ago on WWF Superstars. Two undefeated wrestlers met one-on-one in a battle of global proportions. The monstrous Ludwig Borga, the Hellraiser from Helsinki, with Mr. Fuji overlooking, would win using any means available. Borga flattened the Native American Tatanka with an underhanded maneuver, causing serious injuries to Tatanka. To add insult to injury, the Hellraiser from Helsinki used only one finger to pin the previously undefeated Native American. Taking advantage of Tatanka's unconsciousness, WWF champion Yokozuna finished Tatanka off with a bonsai drop. Although Lex Luger eventually escaped the clutches of WWF Tag Champions, the Quebecers, he was too late to prevent the early elimination of Tatanka from the WWF Survivor Series. But don't go away. We'll be back with the All-Americans, including the man that has replaced Tatanka, The Undertaker. That is next.
Oh my, look who's headed out to the arena for a special interview with Ray Rougeau. Here they come, the former tag team champions of the WWF, Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers. Looking forward, no doubt, to teaming up with Lex Luger, to teaming up with The Undertaker, as the All-Americans prepare to square off against the Foreign Fanatics. What a matchup that's going to be.
And their partner, team captain. He is a true American, a real patriot, Lex Luger.
Oh yeah, here he comes. Here comes the man, ladies and gentlemen, who body slammed Yokozuna, who defeated Yokozuna at SummerSlam. Here comes Lex Luger. Had it not been for a finite clause in the contract that there would be no return match, many people believe Lex Luger would be the WWF champion today. Lex Luger along with the Steiner brothers. And then from there, things are going to get a little strange.
And last but not least, from the dark side, The Undertaker.
Oh yeah, well, speaking of dark, Bobby the Brain Heenan, you have had absolutely nothing to say. I mean, you look almost as pale as that man right there. Bobby Heenan with nothing to say, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Heenan is getting sick. Bobby Heenan can't believe it later on. Yokozuna may lose the title to the Hitman Bret Hart, and he can't believe what the All-Americans are going to do to Yokozuna and the rest of the Foreign Fanatics this Wednesday night at the Survivor Series. Just who will survive the Survivor Series? Things looking pretty bleak, maybe even pretty black for the Foreign Fanatics. Take a look at this foursome, would you?
All right, Lex Luger, there have been some early eliminations in this Survivor Series matchup. Now, first of all, Yokozuna and Ludwig Borga injured Tatanka, preventing him from participating in this matchup. He has been replaced by The Undertaker. On the other hand, you have eliminated Pierre of the Quebecers. Now he is out, but he has been replaced by the 6'7", 320-pound monster Crush. Now this Wednesday night at Survivor Series, something has got to give.
You know, I can feel the energy level rising. Are we having fun now? Because this Wednesday night, it is the Survivor Series. It has finally come to pass. And you know, the adrenaline level is sky high for the team of the All-Americans. the feeling amongst the team of the All-Americans is red, white, and blue fever. And you're right, Ray, the elimination process has already begun. The match has already begun. And now, this Wednesday night, the final elimination of the Foreign Fanatics will take place.
All right, Rick, are you ready for the WWF Survivor Series this Wednesday night?
You know, Raymond, I'm ready. I'm with four of the greatest All-Americans in the world. When it comes to the Survivor Series, we will be the survivors. Ooh, 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 yeah! Foreign Fanatics, this Wednesday night, we're gonna eliminate you. And after we eliminate you, The Undertaker is gonna bury you.
It seems now that the Survivor Series has been changed to the Elimination Series. And that's where I come in. Because no one knows more about elimination than The Undertaker. Foreign Fanatics, heed this warning. Come face to face with the All-Americans, and I'll lay each one of you in eternal darkness. Foreign Fanatics, prepare to rest in peace.
Oh, yeah! Just who will be resting in peace on the Survivor Series? Maybe it's the Foreign Fanatics, maybe it's Crush. He's scheduled up next for action when we return.
Hi, everybody. This is Todd Pettengill with another episode of How to Order Pay-Per-View. Remember when it used to be a hassle? Oh, it was so crazy. You'd call this number, you get some Russian girl on the other end. First day on the job, right? You want to order what? Hang on a second. Put you on hold. She's fumbling through. Then you get all these complicated directions. It's not like that anymore. Really, it's simple. I'm no brain surgeon. I had trouble with it before. Even I can order it now. Here's what you do. Find your cable bill. Thank you. Cable bill. Locate the telephone number of your cable system. Then pick up your phone. Excellent. Dial the number that you just found on that cable bill. Put the ear to your phone. Wait for a response. When they say hello, say, yes, I'd like to order the WWF Survivor Series. They will respond with a, thank you, you are connected. Pardon me? I'm connected? You mean I don't have to do anything else? No. That's how simple it is. Even I can do it. And you know what? My friend has one of those channel surfers, one of those surfboards, these hoosmajiggies. And all he had to do was, bam, press one button and he's got it. That's me, baby. That's my kind of technology. I absolutely love it. It's as simple as that. But don't wait till the last minute. See, operators get really busy, plus they get cranky when the time gets real close because they get flooded with calls. So take yourself out of that process and call right now. It's real simple. And that, my friends, is another episode of How to Order Pay-Per-View.
All right, thank you very much, Todd Pettengill.
Todd, isn't it Todd spelled backwards, dot?
You're always making fun of our broadcasters, just like you made fun of Macho Man Randy Savage when he used to join us at ringside. Unfortunately, Macho Man will not be broadcasting with us at the Survivor Series, but perhaps his presence might be felt in some other way. Let's take you back now, ladies and gentlemen, and show you footage of the recent Savage Crush incident. We'll begin 4 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. Crush and the Macho Man Randy Savage met in somewhat of a summit to settle their problems face to face. Although many accusations were made, peace and friendship eventually reigned. As they left the arena arm in arm, suddenly Mr. Fuji's evil influence over Crush exploded. Crush's ominous strength left Macho Man Randy Savage a broken and confused man. Again, Mr. Fuji sent in his cleanup crew. Like a massive Zamboni, WWF champion Yokozuna finished off the Macho Man. 2 weeks later, Randy Savage was more than ready for revenge from Crush. Throwing aside anything in his path, Randy was a madman bent on vengeance. WWF President Jack Tunney later ruled that because of Randy's erratic behavior, he no longer could be part of any broadcast team. Stay tuned, I'm sure there's more to come as it relates to the Macho Man Randy Savage and Crush. And speaking of whom, take a look at this, Bobby the Brain Heenan. This man added this weekend to the Foreign Fanatics.
Look at the influence Mr. Fuji has on Crush. Look at his eyes. You can tell a lot about a man's eyes. And there's hatred running through his body. Mr. Fuji has him primed and ready. He is a very dangerous man.
Crush, ladies and gentlemen, joining the forces of Yokozuna, whom we will see in action a little bit later on, as well as Jacques the Quebecer and Ludwig Borga. Oh, look at this. Crush going right away for Virgil. Oh, come on, ref. Let's have a wrestling match in there now. Crush and Virgil, a headbutt, and again, we see the tactics of Crush. Obviously, there is a tremendous influence of Mr. Fuji, and I beg to differ as to whether it's a positive or a negative influence by Fuji.
Well, why don't you ask Virgil if it's a positive or a negative? He's the one stumbling all around. Looks like he missed the last call.
Please. Virgil down to the canvas. Look at the size of Crush. You know, when you think about the Survivor Series this Wednesday, you think about the tag team elimination process, the All-Americans against the Foreign Fanatics. Crush, unquestionably, is very much an individual. And you combine that individuality with that of Yokozuna's individuality and Ludwig Borga's, and, well, there's always Jacques on his own without his tag team partner. I don't believe there's going to be a great deal of coordination with the Foreign Fanatics.
What I don't like about the All-American team is how they could allow The Undertaker to participate in this. It has to be All-Americans. No, who knows where this man's from? Death Valley? He's not alive.
Now Virgil missing around outside, coming back in. Yes, a kick to the chest. Now Virgil with some momentum. Virgil with a clothesline. The big man's down. To the outside is Crush, and now Virgil, ladies and gentlemen, will take a chance. He wants victory here on the eve of Survivor Series. Fuji pointing back to Virgil over the top. Virgil all over Crush. That's how badly Virgil wants it. Anything can happen here in the World Wrestling Federation at any time.
I'll tell you what scares me is with this big match coming up at Survivor Series, this elimination process, why would anybody get involved in a match this close to it? You'd take time off. You'd want to heal. You'd want to be 100%. But it shows you what's going on inside of these athletes.
Virgil now working on the left arm and shoulder, and it's for the ride. No, reversal. Virgil coming off the rope. Big man Crush picks him up. Now Virgil from behind. Trying to hook him in. Uh-oh. Nice maneuver. Oh, wow. Kick by Crush. That'll turn it right around. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, if I had a kicker like that, I'd go to Super Bowl.
This past Monday night on Monday Night Raw, Lex Luger eliminated Pierre the Quebecer. And Crush is taking Pierre's place this Wednesday night at the Survivor Series.
But that wasn't fair, McMahon, because Lex Luger hit Pierre with that loaded arm. He's got about 50 pounds of steel plates in there. He shouldn't be allowed to wrestle. He should be banned from the sport.
Lex Luger, ladies and gentlemen, suffering the effect of the motorcycle accident about a year and a half ago, as many of you will recall. And yes, there are some steel plates in the forearm. And if you mess with Lex Luger, hey, why not use it?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. My personal opinion, he should move to Washington, D.C. and open up a flag store and just wave them all day long.
I see. Well, you can bet that Lex Luger will be leading the All-Americans this Wednesday night into the Survivor Series. Look at the look in the eyes of Crush.
Now, I'm going to give the people a warning out there. You people that will be at the Boston Gardens, you better keep your mouth shut when Lex Luger walks to the ring. Because you start chanting USA, all you're going to do is make Ludwig Borga very, very upset.
As well as Yokozuna, who could really be upset in a matter of speaking later on, right here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the Showdown. The title is up for grabs, and he's facing Hitman Bret Hart, who had a real rough time of it earlier this weekend against Irwin R. Schyster.
Well, you know, Bret Hart used to be the World Wrestling Federation champion. He's been a tag champion on a number of occasions, Intercontinental champion a couple times. Lightning has struck around the Harts an awful lot.
Missing with that. Look at this. Virgil hooks the half. We're going to have an upset here. Yes, he gets it.
He didn't get him. He didn't get him.
Oh, no, he didn't. So close, ladies and gentlemen. And now Crush trying to turn it right back around.
That's a cute one.
Crush is a monster for sure.
Doesn't Crush look different to you than before he was injured? I mean, he was so lackadaisical, big, like a country bumpkin, waving to people, shaking hands with kids and stuff. That was disgusting. Look at him now. That man's got determination. He's geared one way.
Yeah, I bet you do like him. You're real proud of him, aren't you?
I like the new Crush.
The new Crush, huh? Crush now with Virgil. Seesaw matchup thus far here on the Showdown.
Boy, can you imagine putting those hands around Virgil's head and squeezing?
Oh, he has awesome power. Awesome power, no question of that. Virgil, most resilient, however. And Crush now, ladies and gentlemen, trying to figure out what to do here with Virgil in the corner.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I guess so. Virgil now scooped up for the ride. Oh, my, here comes Crush. Crush runs right into the feet of Virgil. Virgil going up now. Trying to time this just right, suffering the effect earlier on in the attack of Crush.
He's hurt.
Virgil, yes, with a clothesline, and Crush is down.
I wonder how much that took out of Virgil, though. He's on his feet, but he's still hurting.
And Virgil, now, starting with a series of left jabs. Virgil, resorting to what he knows best. Virgil with a hard right hand, and Crush to the outside. How about that? And Crush may not survive the Showdown. He may not even show up this Wednesday night at Survivor Series.
He'll show up all right. The man's
Look at that maneuver. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that.
Bye-bye, Virgil.
Could you believe what we just saw? Virgil leaped as to cross-body block Crush, who caught him in midair and ran Virgil's back right into the side of the ring.
Virgil's done. He's hurt.
Awesome power possessed by Crush.
Finish him off, Crush.
And Virgil may be sipping his turkey through a straw, if that's possible, this coming Thanksgiving as he watches the Survivor Series on paper. No, he won!
No!
One, two, yes!
No, he didn't get him.
Oh, no, so close. So close! Virgil backed off again.
My stomach feels like Virgil's.
Yes, Bobby Heenan, you are getting a little more pale as we progress through the Showdown here. And down goes Virgil again.
I mean, a minute ago, the place was buzzing. Everybody was talking about the Hitman Hart. I'm just telling you, I got that funny feeling.
Yeah, huh? I wonder if Yokozuna will survive the Showdown. Wait a minute, from behind now, Crush. Yes, there he is. Look at this.
He can't put it on him. He couldn't lock it in. This man is too massive. Crush is too thick through the shoulders.
Nonetheless, a tremendous attempt on the part of Virgil. You will see every second of every match this man is in. No quit in Virgil. Virgil now brought over to the near side. Virgil, and look at this. Crush has him up. And all the way across the top rope. Did you see that?
Well, I think it's time to stuff that striped turkey.
Oh, really?
What kind of dressing do you like?
It doesn't matter, Bobby Heenan. Why do you ask?
I like double-breasted.
Double-breasted dressing?
Oh, yeah, when I put my sports coats on and stuff. When I dress, that's what I like.
What was that you had earlier? Wait a minute, look at this! Uh-oh! Placed on Virgil, who's having great difficulty. Hang in there, Virgil. Don't give up.
Squeeze.
Hang in there.
Squeeze.
Come on. Hang in there, Virgil.
Tell him, Fuji. Tell him, Fuji.
Come on, Virgil.
Squeeze him.
Virgil trying to hang on and not give up.
He's going to pick him up by his head. Look at this.
Unbelievable power possessed by Crush. Look at this, and Virgil goes up and down again.
The frightening thing is, he could do brain damage if Virgil had a brain.
Crush continuing the squeeze.
Squeeze till your palms meet.
And Virgil trying to withstand the enormous power and apparently just can't do it.
That is it.
An unfortunate incident. Look, come on, let him go. Let him go.
Come on, referee, count.
Let him go.
Here is your winner, Crush.
You're going to be like Savage. You're about ready to hop up out of the chair and jump into the ring.
I just couldn't believe it. There's no call for him to hang on to that hold as long as he did, ladies and gentlemen.
No, but you'll condone Luger whacking a guy across the face with 50 pounds of metal.
That was completely legal, Bobby Heenan. Oh, come on. Come on, ref. Disqualify this man. Reverse the decision. Come on. Stop it. Come on, get him off. Look at the look on Fuji's face. And we'll see Fuji later on, ladies and gentlemen, as he represents Yokozuna. And I predict Yokozuna will cough up the WWF Championship, and the Hitman will be the champion once again. We certainly hope you are enjoying tonight's Sunday Night Showdown. Thus far here on USA, yet to come, ladies and gentlemen, the Hitman Bret Hart squaring off against Yokozuna for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. And Bobby Heenan, You're not looking well at all.
I don't feel good. Couldn't have been that hot fudge sushi I had unless somebody slipped a banana in it. Now, you know as well as anyone, I hate bananas. I don't like the color bananas. I don't like the shape of bananas. I don't like people that eat bananas. I don't like monkeys. I don't like chimpanzees. I don't like apes. And I can't stand gorillas.
Oh, really?
Excuse me.
With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, joining us, Gorilla Monsoon, along with Jim Ross. And Jim Ross, lots more action headed your way.
Certainly is, Vince. We're looking forward to the one-on-one matchup involving IRS, Irwin R. Shyster, and former Intercontinental Champion Marty Jannetty. But Gorilla, what about these rather personal remarks from the Brain?
Weasel, you ingrate. You poor excuse for a human being. I suggest to you, Weasel, you spend these next 3 days and get your affairs in order.
You heard him. Get your affairs in order, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, let's take you back to footage from last weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Action hot and heavy. The Intercontinental title up for grabs. It was Razor Ramon against the model Rick Martel.
Razor Ramon taking Rick Martel down. This rematch for the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, these two men were the two survivors in the 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal to crown a new Intercontinental Champion after President Jack Tunney suspended Shawn Michaels. Razor won the one-on-one contest between these two. He's the new Intercontinental Champion, but this is the rematch, Gorilla, that Martel has demanded.
Oh, definitely. He demanded this match, and rightly so, because the championship match to decide the Intercontinental Championship was very, very close. Could have went either way at any time. Look out!
Martel took a chance there, and Razor trying to capitalize. Lateral press, leg hook, and a 2 count.
Almost got him.
A real near-fall situation here, and of course, these two men will be on opposing teams this Wednesday night at the WWF Survivor Series, exclusively on pay-per-view.
Whoa!
Nice fall-away slam by the bad guy.
Could have him here.
Going again for the cover and a near fall. And Razor, whose leg has been punished earlier in this contest by the model, says that it is over.
It's Razor's Edge time.
Harvey Whippleman, who manages Adam Bomb, of course, that's one of Martel's teammates at the Survivor Series here at ringside.
Get that guy out of there.
Harvey up on the apron to distract Razor Ramon, and I guess it works. And Martel from behind.
He got the job done, no question. Oh, look at this. Give me a break. What is he going to do? Give him a double axe handle to the gluteus maximus?
And look from behind, but Razor saw Martel out of the corner of his eye. And both men exchanging right hands. Razor will get the better of this situation. Martel, atomic drop right into Whippleman. Down goes Harvey, and down goes Martel.
But not hard enough.
I think Razor made it back. Harvey Whippleman has inadvertently cost Martel the match here.
Cost him the Intercontinental title, perhaps.
Harvey out here on the outside got tangled up with Martel. Martel never made it back into the ring. Consequently, Martel counted out. And his hopes of gaining the Intercontinental Championship certainly have been diminished thanks to the clumsiness of Harvey Whippleman.
Boy, the model's not going to be too happy about this. He's got a short fuse and not a whole lot of love for Harvey Whippleman either.
Well, as we said,
he's bent out of shape.
Well, this is some distinct signs of dissension in the ranks of the Martel, IRS, Adam Bomb, and Diesel foursome for the Survivor Series. Of course, that'll be this Wednesday night.
Not all that far away, and we've got a lot of dissension, obviously, on this team.
Here comes Adam Bomb, the man that Harvey Whippleman manages. And Adam Bomb not taking too kindly to what's going on here. We may have a fight of WWF Survivor Series teammates right here, right now. And here comes Diesel, Gorilla.
Well, Diesel's going to interject himself here, try to straighten this whole thing out, or maybe even make it more volatile than it is.
And there's Irwin, the former bouncer Diesel, trying to separate these two men. Let's see if cooler heads will prevail now that Irwin is here. Hey, they've got a big pay-per-view this Wednesday night. They better get their act together.
Look at that little runt apologizing now, wanting to shake hands with the model Rick Martel. You better know what side of your bread is buttered there, Harvey.
Wearing the world's most demure polyester suit, and it looks like, at least it seems like, things are back to normal for this team as they prepare for the Survivor Series this Wednesday night, and we'll be back.
I'm him with the undisputed Intercontinental Champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Baby, welcome to Real Roundup.
Rio, it is great to be here. Well, thank you so much. You're not looking too bad yourself.
I got my pretty little chap
Very
thrown
nice.
off in the
Us Texas boys know how to dress. But
yes, indeed, baby.
Isn't it cold out here? It's Calgary weather.
Yeah.
You can see your breath. Although, you know something? I hear the Hart family can see their breath year-round. What's that mean?
Oh, it's bad, baby.
But these Calgary Knights, speaking of Knights, Shawn Michaels and his Knights are going into Survivor Series against the whole Hart family. You know,
This Wednesday.
That's right, this Wednesday. Last year, I had a little bit of a problem. This year, gonna take care of the whole family in one fell swoop.
Speaking of the Hart family, baby, you know what we is? We at the Hart family home. Stu and Helen inside.
Stu and Helen?
I told them you was coming with me.
Oh, they love me. They love
come
me.
on, baby.
Come on,
Let's go in. We're gonna go in and see. You know, Helen told me she went out and bought a brand new dress.
Oh, I bet she's
special,
looking great. It's been a long
special
time
for
since-
tonight, baby.
What is this? We got Welcome and Welcome.
What is that, baby?
I guess Welcome would be the Canadian version of Welcome. For those of you scoring along at home, I guess.
I know they're expecting. They're gonna be so excited.
But not.
No, baby, it's Rio Rogers and the Heartbreak Kid.
Oh, they're
with
more
him.
coming, man.
You got knocked loud, baby. They're kind of hard to hear.
That's right. Well,
You know, hello. Oh, look at them.
Helen. Wow, Helen, Helen's been a long time seeing you. You look beautiful.
Oh, God.
Beautiful, Helen. Can we come in?
Come
You're
on in,
expecting
baby.
it. Oh, you didn't have to get all gussied up for us. Let me give you a kiss.
Oh, Miss Helen, you was looking all the way live, baby. Yes, indeed.
Rio, look at this. Home is where the heart is. That's sweet, isn't it? But in their case, they have to be.
Yes, indeed, baby.
What do we have here?
Oh, look at him.
The Hitman, huh? That's your favorite son,
That's
Brett.
my baby.
And who's this right here, Helen?
That's one of my other boys.
That's Owen. That's Owen. You know, it's amazing how you all can manage to exploit one son beyond belief, and the other one can't even buy any press.
That's Owen there. He is like he always is him. Brett's shadow, if you will, baby. Stu, look who's here.
This is really a nice place.
Oh, look at him.
Stu, nice dog.
Stu, how you doing? How do you?
All right, I think we've seen just about enough of this. Thank you very much. Let's get out. Let's
Wait a minute,
this is
McMahon, what are you
ridiculous.
doing? This is the highlight of the whole evening.
That's absurd.
No, don't do that.
Shawn Michaels in this Rio Rogers. I can't believe what they're trying to do to Mr. and Mrs. Hart. How dare them? Let's go over now, ladies and gentlemen. Gorilla Monsoon, along with Jim Ross, and I'm sure, gentlemen, you're just as appalled of this last Rio's Roundup as I am.
Well, Vince, you're exactly right. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
That was disgusting. Shawn Michaels, you are going to get an education this Wednesday night.
Here comes IRS.
With Thanksgiving right around the corner, you tax cheats better be real thankful that IRS isn't coming to your house for an audit. You tax cheats ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Well, fans, we're going to be right back.
Sooner or later,
Marty
you're all
Jannetty
gonna
and
pay.
IRS one-on-one. We'll have it for you in just a moment.
You know something, McMahon? Gorilla Monsoon's a lot dumber than Ross looks.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Showdown. Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon back with you, getting ready for Marty Jannetty to come to the ring. But I noticed Gorilla, right before we went to that last commercial break, the Brains microphone was left on. Did you hear what he said?
Well, you know, the Weasel makes all kinds of mistakes that are detrimental to his health. You know, he likes to stab people in the back, Jim Ross. Look what he did to the Macho Man Randy Savage. He hasn't paid for that yet, and he hasn't paid for this one yet either.
You never know what's going to come out of the mouth or the brain. And there's some sense there, I think.
A fountain of misinformation. That's what he is.
There's IRS, a man that we mentioned earlier would love to be the next Intercontinental Champion. There's a former Intercontinental Champion, Marty Jannetty. And this Wednesday night, exclusively on pay-per-view, these two men will be on opposing teams. IRS, the captain of his foursome.
Well, it's going to be a great matchup, no question about that. And this is going to be a tremendous confrontation here.
Fans, also a very quick reminder to get your pencils and paper handy. we'll be giving you some very important WWF Survivor Series hotline information.
How much unity you think is left on that team, Jim Ross? There was a lot of dissension there.
I'm sure you're referring to the situation where the model Rick Martel challenged Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title. And we saw some clips of that earlier.
Ended up with that little run to right around the neck, didn't he?
Well, until IRS got out there, it looked like things were going to get perhaps a little bit out of hand, and there still could be some bad feelings, no doubt about that.
Well, that would be too bad because Survivor Series means one thing, and that's teamwork. And teamwork is so important. If you don't have it, if you don't have that continuity, you're in deep trouble. Nice. Look at that nice hip lock.
Good hip lock takeover by IRS, Irwin R. Shyster. Just about as fundamentally sound, ladies and gentlemen, as any athlete you'll ever see in the squared circle.
And he would give anything at this point in time to be supporting that Intercontinental belt around his waist.
He was a former outstanding tag team wrestler, co-holder of the WWF Tag Team Championship. And as you can hear this capacity crowd, they are firmly in the support of Marty Jannetty.
Well, Marty's going to have a little bit of an edge here with speed and agility and quickness. Look at those quick right hands. But the cunningness, no one more cunning than Irwin.
Good hip lock takeover by Marty Jannetty. You can see how quick and how fast Marty is. That's his primary asset, I would think, in this contest.
And look at how quick Irwin broke the momentum by bailing out. That's the smarts. That's the gray matter.
With IRS amateur background, he brings great mat wrestling skills to the ring.
Syracuse University.
He's always been able to dictate the pace, if you will, but that's also one of Marty Jannetty's fortes, except they wrestle on opposite ends of the spectrum. Irwin doesn't like to be called Irwin in that tone.
I don't blame him. I'm not too fond of the name myself.
Well, I think he has the ability with his CPA-like mind to really organize his team. You know, he's got the veteran Rick Martel on there. He's not going to need a great deal of coaching. You've got the great raw talent of Adam Baum, and of course Harvey Whippleman should be able to help there.
How about the big 7-footer?
And that's the big one. I think that's the guy that IRS will spend the most time with in the pre-match.
Diesel just point him in the right direction and unload.
Wrist lock applied by Marty Jannetty. Jannetty has been known to take chances before, offensively, putting his own body on the line. Irwin, on the other hand, would rather stay a little bit conservative, perhaps like his blue chip investments.
Yeah, he's got quite a few of those.
Nice portfolio, we understand.
Well, I know Marty Jannetty is sleeping very well at night, realizing that his partners at Survivor Series, of course, are the reigning Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon, former two-time holder of that title, Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Excitement, the 1-2-3 Kid. What a combo that is, Jim Ross.
It's going to be a great one that could go either way, no doubt about it. Look at the great quickness of Marty Jannetty back up very quickly. And he dropped Toho's Rush Limbaugh's favorite conservative wrestler, IRS, and floats right up the body into the armbar.
Well, he was maintaining this armbar. He's trying to slow down a little bit, Irwin. Oh, look at that nice leverage move there.
Marty really held on pugnaciously there. And Irwin is in the ropes. And referee Danny Davis called for the break. He got a clean one as far as Marty was concerned. But once again, look at the strategy, if you will, as it unfolds, as Irwin distances himself a little bit from Marty. Buys a little time, Gorilla.
Well, Marty doesn't want to exchange right hands with Irwin. That's a losing situation right there. He's got to rely on his cunningness, and he has it, believe me. I've seen it.
Side headlock, but back in the ropes. They go, only momentarily, however.
He won't stay in this very long.
A lot of counters. And look at Jannetty again.
Very nice.
So, whoa, got a 2 count there. And a counter to the head scissors.
Actually, not a pinning combination, but Irwin seemed to be in a little cloud there.
Maybe Irwin is thinking about the problems that we were discussing earlier that his team had.
A little dissension in the ranks.
That may have him preoccupied.
Well, if they don't have that all straightened out, it'll be a long evening.
Well, it's not a It's not a competition of 4 individuals. It's a competition of 4-man teams.
Oh, absolutely. And as each member is eliminated in whatever fashion or form, they have to go to the locker room, and the surviving members have to keep on going. It could be 4 against 1.
And that's when it gets really career-threatening.
Nasty.
To say the least, as Jannetty continues to maintain some control here. Establish his vertical base. He's using the side headlock very, very effectively.
Nice drop down. Look how quick Jannetty is. Whoa, nice leverage move.
Irwin sidestepped Jannetty. Got Jannetty going with his own momentum and directed him right outside. And Marty Jannetty now
might have hurt something.
He finds himself in a tough predicament. He's got a count of 10 to return to the ring, but I don't think that's going to be applicable here.
Irwin's going to break the count for him and go out and do some further damage.
Well, Irwin's going to make sure if Jannetty wasn't badly hurt that he will be now. I don't think Irwin cares if he beats him by count out. Oh, wow.
Oh, right into the steel steps.
Count out or knockout. Jannetty's head ran right into the steps there. Irwin being scolded by the referee. I think those remarks falling on deaf ears.
Oh, absolutely. He will push the referee to the nth degree.
Marty Jannetty trying to pull himself back into the ring, and that may be a mistake. I'm not so sure he could even defend himself right here.
Boy, he went head first right into those steel steps. That'll give you a negative attitude.
Jannetty, who attended wrestling in the Municipal Auditorium in his hometown of Columbus, Georgia, always wanted to be in the WWF, and he is here now. He has held the Intercontinental Championship, has had great tag team success, and he has found himself here in the Showdown in a great deal of trouble at the hands of IRS.
Nice move!
Great move, great counter. He does do it, doesn't he? I thought he had it, and look how quickly IRS gets back up.
Wow, was that close. Well, there's the speed and agility we talked about. And there's the power of Irwin.
Every time IRS is able to slow it down, every time he is able to deliver those high-impact maneuvers and use his strength and weight advantage, he gets farther and farther ahead in this battle.
What a
lateral
tremendous
press.
He almost got him again. You know, we're looking here at a tremendous match, Jim Ross, and this is only an inkling of what the WWF Survivor Series is going to be like. Just multiply this times 4 or 8.
So unpredictable, so many things that could happen. When you think that one entire team has to lose 4 decisions, in essence, to be returned to the locker room and consequently give the other team the victory.
I'll tell you what, if it gets down to 4-1, you can forget about it.
Reverse chinlock, and IRS has that head crimped there a little bit. Going to tell us about this maneuver.
Well, this is designed to wear down your opponent, making him carry his weight as well here. And if he lets that elbow slip underneath that chin a little bit, it automatically becomes a choke. But the referee looking right in there. You might want to stick your hand down in there, Danny.
Jannetty almost out of it.
If that hand drops 3 times, it's over.
Marty Jannetty holding on with all he has here. Remember, no matter the outcome of this match, in just 3 days, exclusively on pay-per-view, these two men will once again step in the ring at the WWF Survivor Series. All of their partners will be with them.
The only difference is when you get in trouble like Jannetty's in right now, he can go to the corner, because from the get-go, there'll be 3 guys ready to tag. Nice block.
IRS takes the turnbuckle, but retaliates quickly against Marty Jannetty. Second or third time, Jannetty has been able to show a little bit of offense. IRS trying to lock in the abdominal stretch.
Does not have it applied properly here. Wow, but now he's getting a little added pressure here, a little added advantage.
Well, has this move been around a long time?
Oh my goodness, forever. The only trouble is he's got to take that left leg and wrap it around the gastrocnemius of Marty if he wants this to be successful.
And what might the gastrocnemius be to us lay folk?
Wow, that's the largest muscle in your body, Jim. Starts up in your quadricep and runs around down behind the back of your knee and forms part of your calf. And Irwin doesn't have that right here.
Anatomy 101 by Professor Gorilla Monsoon.
Actually, it's physiology.
Is that physiology?
Yes.
I'll show you how much I know.
Well, anatomy's all the bones.
Irwin doesn't like this chant here. And I'm sure I got a feeling in the Boston Garden on Wednesday night, he's going to be hearing quite a bit of this.
It will be deafening.
Look at, Marty made the counter into the hip lock, but he's about a half a step off. He has been hammered pretty well.
He hasn't been the same since he ran into the steel steps.
Nope. Head first is not the way to go down there.
Marty's languishing in the corner here, and Irwin's letting him slide a little bit.
Oh my! IRS caught his jaw right at the top turnbuckle. And look at Jannetty take over. That shows you the explosiveness of this young man.
Well, underneath that little bit of padding is nothing but steel.
IRS now being staggered by the right-hand shots of Marty Jannetty, who sends the taxman to the far side.
Oh, nice knee lift.
Good running knee lift. Lateral press. He was unable to neutralize the legs. He got a near fall, though.
Close, but no cigar. Oh, put his head down. Cardinal mistake made by Irwin.
Got him? No.
He never hooked the arms with his legs.
Well, I thought he had it there.
I can't blame him. He's in trouble. Oh, nice snap there, suplex.
He's got the leg hook and a near fall there. IRS turning it up a notch or two here with those. There's a counter. As sure as you think one guy gets the advantage, it goes back the other way. Here's a lateral press and another close one. We're about a half a count away from a Marty Jannetty victory there.
Irwin's in trouble. His suspenders have broken.
Uh-oh. Oh, my.
Oh, what a close one.
Oh, Jannetty's in trouble.
Holy mackerel.
IRS just took Jannetty out of his boots with a clothesline that found its mark. That's got to be all.
What a move.
IRS with a dramatic home run here late. He caught him with a clothesline.
Trying to decapitate him.
Yes, here they come now. All of the foreign fanatics. They are headed to the Survivor Series this Wednesday night. And look at the expressions on their face. They mean business. Ludwig Borga, Crush, Yokozuna, along with Jacques of the Quebecers, against the All-Americans whom we heard from earlier on. They were pumped. However, I must say the foreign fanatics look equally determined. Look at the kisser of Yokozuna, who later on takes on Bret Hart for the WWF.
Gentlemen, you started the early elimination process in this matchup. You drew first blood.
That's exactly right, and we're going to draw some more. And first of all, I'd like to tell all these idiots here that they can say USA till they're blue in the face, and it ain't going to change any wrestling matches. Hollering USA didn't help Tatanka, that's right. We drew first blood when we eliminated Tatanto, the Vanishing American. Got him off of the All-American team, so what do? They go out and they get a replacement. They get the Undertaker to
Oh, yeah.
They get the Undertaker to replace Tatanto and make their team even stronger than it was before. So then, what do? They take a page out of our book. Obviously, they've smartened up at least enough to realize that we had the proper strategy, elimination, before the event took place. So thanks to Lex Luger and that illegal foreign object implanted in his forearm, Pierre of the Quebecers has a concussion, and he's off the team of the foreign fanatics.
Ain't that too bad?
Yeah, cheer. I bet you people used to pull the wings off flies, didn't you? But you see, we didn't sit back, we didn't rest. Oh no, we went out and got a man that the master, Mr. Fuji, has recently taken under his wing. One of the strongest men in the world, the master of the head vice. He crushes his opponents. The man known as Crush. And he is now a member of the team of the Foreign Fanatics. And this Wednesday night at Survivor Series, elimination is the name of the game, but now it's not just about winning a match, no, because you've drawn blood on one of ours, All-Americans, so now there's some payback to be made. Right, Johnny Polo?
You want to talk about payback? All-Americans, you will all feel the wrath for what your partner, Lex Luger, did to Pierre. We're going to put you all through the pain, agony, and suffering that he's going through right now. In fact, Jacques and I are dedicating this match to Pierre, who's at home convalescing. And I'll tell you what, first, we're going to pulverize those stupid Steiner brothers. Then we're going to obliterate that walking corpse. And then we're going to take Lex Luger's head and go like this.
Give me a break. Take a look at this.
And you stupid Americans, that's gonna be the sound when I break Lex Luger's back. And that's not the only thing we're gonna do, because we're gonna also crush him.
Listen up, you bunch of American pukes! Finally, a bunch of men who think just like me. They believe in honor and backing each other up. Not like you bunch of backstabbers. And believe me, brah, I know all about Americans. What you're looking at here is a well-oiled machine of destruction. Try to survive, all-American geeks.
Let me say one more thing before we go. I am an American, and I'm upholding an American tradition, and that is picking the winning team. And this Wednesday night at Survivor Series, the Foreign Fanatics are going to be the winning team, and that's what it's all about. And you know, All-Americans, Lex Luger, Steiner Brothers, Undertaker, you're so noble. You're so courageous. I can't figure out which part of this thing is going to be the hardest for you. Is it going to be hardest to be the one lone member of the All-American team standing across the ring from all four of the Foreign Fanatics? Or is it going to be the hardest to be one of the three that get eliminated and have to leave their friends behind? This Wednesday night at the Survivor Series, we're going to find out.
We'll be right back with Todd Pettengill for a full Survivor Series report as the Sunday Showdown continues on USA.
Welcome, everyone, to your WWF Survivor Series report here on the Survivor Series Showdown. I'm Todd Pettengill. It has been a spectacular night so far with much more to come. Bret Hart will try and recapture the WWF Championship as he takes on the mighty Yokozuna coming up after this report. Well, it's certainly been a volatile week and a half here in the WWF. The elimination of superstars continues as we approach the big Thanksgiving Eve tradition, the WWF Survivor Series, this Wednesday night, exclusively on pay-per-view. Call your local cable company right now to place your order. Operators will be flooded with calls from now till Wednesday night, so don't put it off. So far, we know Tatanka's out, The Undertaker's in. Pierre is out, Crush is in. Jerry Lawler is out, Shawn Michaels is in. And from what I hear, I believe there will be more changes in line for the WWF Survivor Series. Let's run the card the way it stands right now. Who knows, by the end of this report, things could certainly change again. But for right now, here's what the first half of the double main event looks like. Team captain Lex Luger leads the All-Americans into battle. He's joined by former tag team champions Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers, plus their new teammate, the man who replaces Tatanka, the man who walks with the Angels, The Undertaker. They will take on the formidable Foreign Fanatics led by team captain and WWF champion Yokozuna. He is joined by the monster from Helsinki, Ludwig Borga, Jacques from the Quebecers, and the latest arrival to their team, Crush. The second half of the big double main event, the Family Feud match. The Hart family taking on Shawn Michaels and the Mystery Knights of the Squared Circle. Now, we just saw Rio's Roundup and the Hart family, who continue to bear the brunt of these attacks. This disgusting portrayal of the family only adds fuel to an already stoked fire. I don't know who this Rio Rogers is. All I know is he has allowed Shawn Michaels a forum, and Shawn Michaels will be made to pay, or at least to stand up to the Hart brothers this Wednesday night. In other matches scheduled, you will see Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, Marty Jannetty, and the 1-2-3 Kid taking on IRS. Diesel, Adam Bomb, and Rick Martel, a team who have had their problems to say the least. Plus, the Head Shrinkers team with Bam Bam and Booger to battle the 4 Doinks. This weekend on WWF Superstars, Bam Bam Bigelow had just won another match when guess who showed up on the video wall? Only this time, there were 4 of them.
Hey, Sparky! Yeah, you, Bam Bam, you big dummy! You see, I know who your partners are going to be this Wednesday night at Survivor Series. You got that nasty booger. And then you got the Head Shrinkers. Oh, no! But you know who 2 of my partners are, don't you? You know, of course, Doink! See you Wednesday, Flame Brain. And my second partner is none other than Doink! Hi, Doodle! And I'll bet you're wondering who my third partner is. Well, I'll tell you who it is right now. It's Doink. What's the matter with you, man? You looking a little pale?
Come on, Doink, once you get your butt out!
What? Doink's to the left of me. Doink's to the right of me. Can you imagine what a Doink debacle it's going to be when they come off the video screen and down that aisle to take on the Head Shrinkers, Bastion Booger, and Bam Bam Bigelow? You know, the music that the Doinks have is that of Zamfir, master of the pan flute. It should be a great one. Now, the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Championship is also on the line this Wednesday night at the sold-out Boston Garden as the Rock and Roll Express take on Jim Cornette's Heavenly Bodies. Again, and this is only speculation on my part, I believe we may even see more changes before the opening bell on Wednesday night. Don't forget to be watching tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on USA, the 1-hour Monday Night Raw version of the Survivor Series Showdown. Vince McMahon and Bobby the Brain Heenan will keep you up to date. They will have any changes that take place between now and then. Don't be left out of this one. Call your cable company right now and order the WWF Survivor Series. It's all set for Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. You know, tickets were gone an hour after they went on sale, and you can watch it from the comfort of your own living room. If you make that call right now, don't be shut out. Let's get back to the action here on the Survivor Series Showdown, where I believe WWF Champion Yokozuna is ready to make his way to the ring.
This contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Wrestling Federation.
All right, yes, indeed it is. And we thank you very much, Todd Pettengill, for that very special report. Yes, if you're traveling, get there early and safely. Make sure wherever it is you're going that the Survivor Series will be presented Wednesday night when you get there. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock for you folks out on the West Coast. It is live from the Boston Garden, and it will involve this mammoth individual, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Yokozuna. But will Yokozuna come to the Survivor Series this Wednesday night as the WWF champion? We're about ready to find out.
You know something, McMahon? You're doing that purposely just to rub it into me, to upset me. You know how Fuji and I are tight, and James E. Cornette and everything, and how much I hope Yoko retains the title. Now you're just trying to rub it in.
Bobby Heenan, I got to say, you really don't look well.
I don't feel well.
This is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, the rematch from WrestleMania. Yes, indeed. You don't want to miss this one because the Hitman Bret Hart is just about ready to hit that ring, and we'll be back as we continue with the championship. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, with more of the Sunday Night Showdown right here on USA exclusively. And the WWF Championship up for grabs. The champion Yokozuna in the ring, and now, here he comes!
a big task, McMahon. He has to beat Yokozuna. Yokozuna does not have to beat him. If he can just stay with him for the time limit, that's fine. I hope Bret the Hitman's ready. I hope he's sharp, because he's going to have to be to beat Yokozuna.
Did you say sharp as in sharpshooter? The hold of the hit?
No,
yes, you did. The hold, I remind you, that he had on Yokozuna when they last met before Mr. Fuji threw salt in the eyes of the Hitman Bret Hart. Will we see the sharpshooter again tonight on the USA Network?
Or will you see salt tonight? Who knows?
And look at those eyes, if you would. Yokozuna sort of nonplussed about this whole thing to the outside. The Hitman going through a ritual, ladies and gentlemen. He has done so many, many times before. And one youngster, a very, very happy young man out there. And plenty of fans here. What?
He's just trying to buy a fan.
Buy a fan, please. The Hitman Bret Hart embarrassing Yokozuna. You will recall Bobby Heenan earlier this weekend in the Bret IRS matchup. Yokozuna was drop kicking. Look at this. Right back with the right hand. So that's the way it's going to start now. Bret Hart with a series of right hands. He doesn't respect Yokozuna at all. I'm surprised at these tactics.
You know, I'm surprised about Yokozuna. How'd he let Bret Hart jump him?
That's what you are. You look sick. And a flying body. Boom. Just like that. Oh, no. Yokozuna coming off the rope and no. Hitman Bret Hart rolling out of the way. Yokozuna, his massive carcass. Drops kicking Yoko to the outside. All the way. Yes, but on his feet.
He's all right. He's all right. He's regrouping.
What a matchup this is going. Oh, look at that. No. He had no idea where he was. He just ran right into the ring post.
He doesn't seem focused for some reason. Did you notice that?
Well, he better get focused on it because this is for all the marbles. The Hitman Bret Hart, one of the long-time favorites here in the World Wrestling Federation.
The last thing you want to do is lose the WWF title and go into Survivor Series with that kind of a loss on your record. No, you don't want that to happen at all.
It's all about momentum. It's all about the pay-per-view this Wednesday night. Will Yokozuna lead the Foreign Fanatics as the WWF champion, or will the Hitman lead his entire family as he regains the World Wrestling Federation Championship in the Family Feud matchup this Wednesday night?
Well, just think the incentive Bret Hart would have going to SummerSlam Survivor Series.
You are
so excited.
Yeah.
He could go in there as a WWF champion and think what he could do to Shawn Michaels with all the hearts behind him and the 3 nights. He could take the mask off all those nights.
And just who, Bobby Heenan, are the Knights? Who is Shawn Michaels?
I did find out who they are.
All right, since history's being made here tonight on USA, tell us.
Okay, the 3 Knights originally, I was flabbergasted. I couldn't believe those were the 3 men, but they're out now. Shawn Michaels has selected his own Knights, and you're not going to believe who they are.
All right. Who are they?
Well, I'm not at liberty to tell you right now. I've sworn secrecy.
Look at this. Oh, my. The Hitman Bret Hart with a right hand and another one. Very aggressive tactics taken here on the part of the Hitman Bret Hart. And why not? I mean, Bret Hart is risking disqualification here. But nonetheless, you're going to have to take a chance. If you're going to defeat, look at us all the way up to the top now. The sleeper hold. Can he put the big man down? Yokozuna tipping the scale way over the 500-pound mark. You've got to stay away from Yokozuna's girth. The Hitman Bret Hart, I'm surprised, having some success here. Well, the success, you know. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, the Hitman Bret Hart just could be the WWF Superstar of the Year, although right now, as you are continuing to cast your votes, I don't think the Hitman feels much like a superstar.
Am I allowed write-ins?
I beg your pardon?
Am I allowed write-ins?
No, there are no write-ins, Bobby Heenan. You're not even on the list. The Hitman Bret Hart having his problems. You might suspect he would. But one thing about Bret Hart, through the years, ladies and gentlemen, and that's really the way that you measure a champion, is through the years. Through the years, the Hitman Bret Hart has been a tag team champion here in the WWF more than once, has been an Intercontinental champion more than once here in the WWF, and has been World Wrestling Federation champion as well. You just can't keep him down. Notwithstanding the Hitman Bret Hart's magnificent performance as the last undisputed, if you would, king of the ring, Bobby Heenan.
Well, I'll tell you something about the Hitman. You can pound on him all day, and it seems the longer the match goes, the more he wants to come back and fight you. He's not going to punch it out with Yokozuna. He's got to get him down that mat to wrestle him. That's what happened at WrestleMania. He tried to stay on his feet with him. You got to get him down.
And down goes the Hitman Bret Hart. You wonder what kind of a match, unquestionably a different, completely different type of a match we will see this Wednesday night with the Hitman Bret Hart. In the tag team elimination process, Shawn Michaels leading his team against the Hitman Bret Hart. Leading his whole family, the Family Feud matchup. You remember what happened at last year's Survivor Series between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, do you not?
Well, yeah, well, no, refresh my memory.
Refresh your memory. Well, it was the Hitman Bret Hart who, to a certain extent, dominated the matchup against Shawn Michaels.
He certainly did, and Shawn Michaels couldn't defeat him. It was a fluke.
What do you mean, a fluke?
It was a fluke.
Well, Shawn Michaels certainly has not forgotten that defeat last year at the Survivor Series. He has vowed revenge against the whole Hart family. So it continues to be a family feud. This matchup, ladies and gentlemen, will continue. And look out, come on! Come on, ref, get in there!
It's a love tap.
A what? A love tap. We'll be back as this matchup continues.
Don't feel good.
The showdown continues, ladies and gentlemen. Vince McMahon, Bobby the Brain Heenan calling the matchup. The World Wrestling Federation title up for grabs, and the Hitman Bret Hart turning things around, trying to build some momentum in this all-important matchup. Yokozuna is rocked.
Come on, Fuji. Do something. Well, he's got to get control of his man.
Fuji did something
he's down
for the
on
break.
one
You
knee.
saw what Fuji did. Oh, no. Come on, ref, turn around. Please forget Mr. Fuji if you can. Let's pay attention to what's going on right here.
I believe Bret Hart fainted.
You believe he what?
Well, he just went down like a rock.
Yeah, right. Yokozuna and the Hitman Bret Hart both see action at the Survivor Series this Wednesday night, but they'll see action in tag team fashion. They are not going to meet each other, no. It's Yokozuna leading the Foreign Fanatics against the All-Americans. It's the Hitman Bret Hart leading his whole family in the Family Feud matchup against Shawn Michaels and the Knights. And you wonder, as Bobby Heenan was stating before, just who are these Knights? You also wonder, Bobby Heenan, what kind of condition Bruce and Keith Hart are going to be in, because we have never seen them in action here in the WWF.
Well, my sources tell me they've been up in Calgary spying, and they've been in the dungeon. They've been down there with Stu. They brought in people from the Orient. They're getting ready for this Survivor Series.
And the Hitman Bret Hart, I don't believe, ladies and gentlemen, you can look it up in the record book, I don't believe Bret Hart has ever surrendered in submission in a matchup. And I don't think he's going to start here, no matter how much pressure Yokozuna puts on him.
You know, that's amazing you say that, because I know of the times I've spent in Canada, the Hart family, especially Stu, they're known as quitters.
They're known as what?
Quitters. Everyone in Canada knows that the Hart family are a bunch of quitters. They're gutless people.
I would certainly beg to differ with that point of view.
Well, you don't have to beg.
The Hitman Bret Hart, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, Yoko, get him around the gizzard there. Rip off a drumstick. Give me a wing.
We apologize to Stu and Helen Hart for that travesty that we saw earlier on, allegedly on Rio's Roundup, where we went to, again, allegedly the house of Mr. and Mrs. Hart. Right now, speaking of the house is rocking. The Hitman Bret Hart. Oh, no. You're not going to move that man. You're not going to move Yokozuna that way. To the outside. Bret Hart. Come on, ref. Keep an eye on Mr. Fuji. Keep an eye on Yokozuna as well. The Hitman Bret Hart, who has been hurled to the outside. Uh-oh. No. Yokozuna to the outside now. Coming over to Bret Hart. What's going to happen?
I smell cranberry sauce.
No, a block, and yes, down to the steps. Yokozuna.
Come on.
Ram down into the steel steps. And Bobby Heenan, you're looking more peaked as this match progresses.
Come
Mr.
on.
Fuji watching in disbelief from the outside. And look at this. Oh, no. And the Hitman Bret Hart on the receiving end of another chop by Yokozuna. This mammoth Polynesian, the WWF champion. Oh, come on. No.
Have a seat.
Oh, no. Yokozuna striking the Hitman, and the official did not see that. I can't believe that.
It shows you how important it is to be WWF champion. Yokozuna will do anything.
No! Across the back of the head. You can bet Jack Tunney, president of the WWF, is going to take action against Yokozuna for those horrible tactics. Please don't let this matchup end on a counter out.
Count, ref, count. 1, 2,
Ruby back as the match resumes.
7, 8, 10. It's over.
Superstar, we apologize for the action you missed during the break, but back into the ring now. There was no countout. This matchup has continued somehow. Bret Hart had the presence of mind to get back into the ring before the countout.
He barely made it. He was crawling like a beaten man.
It doesn't matter. He made it. That's all that matters. He's still in the matchup, and he still has a chance to regain the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Look at this. Where does Bret Hart get it? What reserve? The Hitman continue to hammer away, but Yokozuna will not go down. Look at that.
Looks like Bret's got a little more with his punches.
Yes, Yokozuna's rocking.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Yokozuna, drop, no. Yokozuna moving out of the way of the drop kick and down again. Yes, Mr. Fuji giving direction to Yokozuna. What a matchup this has been. Yokozuna! Oh!
That's it. That's it. Oh, I feel better now.
Unbelievable, the carcass of Yokozuna dropping down on the forehead of Bret Hart. And the Hitman Bret Hart suffering the consequences. The official just may stop the match right now. Nonetheless, a gallant effort on the part of Bret Hart. Bret Hart gave it his all, ladies and gentlemen, as he does every single time he enters the ring.
Don't waste time, Fuji. Get him over there. He's got to get the pin.
Yokozuna taking his very merry time getting back over.
Too much time.
Bret Hart.
Forget the humanoids. Get him.
Bret Hart is recovering. Yokozuna distracted by the American flag. He knows he will lead his foreign fanatics against the All-Americans this Wednesday. He's distracted. Yokozuna is not focused. You brought that earlier on to our attention, Bobby Heenan. Yokozuna doesn't even seem focused now.
I think he's had his bell rung. I think he's had his proverbial bell rung.
Bret Hart for the buckle. Bret Hart now with a handful of hair. Oh, Hart right now. Look at this, a blatant choco.
Yoko's got to get him down, lay on him, and get those cobwebs out of his head.
Yokozuna, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps not himself here on the showdown. Will he be himself this Wednesday at Survivor Series? Bret Hart to the buckle.
I don't see after a match like this how anyone's going to feel good.
Oh, no. Look out. This could look at his face. Here comes the charging Yokozuna. Bret Hart moves out of the way. And that had to take something out of Yokozuna. Bret Hart with a right hand. Again. Walking Yokozuna. A series of forearms and right hands. A clothesline. Bret Hart with another clothesline. Yes.
Oh, come on, Yoko.
And another one. And down goes Yokozuna. 1, 2, yes. No. Mr. Fuji. Oh, Mr. Fuji tagged again. He has no business being on the apron.
Fuji wasn't in the ring. He's a manager of the WWE.
He has no business. He was trying to interfere.
If he was interfering, he'd be in the ring.
The official allowing a lot of the bending of the rules here. He wants to see a decided victor. And oh no.
Now forward. Fall forward. Oh, he's biting his ear.
Yokozuna having difficulty, and so is the Hitman Bret Hart. What an unbelievable matchup, as you brought out earlier, Bobby Heenan. Neither individual will perhaps ever be the same, but they certainly will not have recuperated by this Wednesday Survivor Series. No way.
Well, Survivor Series means you have to survive.
Oh, right in the kisser.
Oh,
right in the kisser. Bret Hart. Look at this. That's Bulldogs. The WWF champion down in the canvas.
He looks like he could be out.
Bret Hart, presence of mind to roll the champion over, to cover the champion. 2 and 3. No.
Did he hit 3?
No. Almost. What does Bret Hart have to do to defeat Yokozuna against all odds? Finally, Bret Hart getting his opportunity from WrestleMania. Finally, the rematch.
This is it. I got a hunch this is it.
1, 2. No.
No.
Bret Hart did not hook the leg there.
I don't think you can hook the drumstick on this bird. Hook the leg on the Yokozuna.
Bret Hart suffering the consequences of everything he has attempted to do and has done against Yokozuna. This is a brutal matchup here.
When's the last time you saw Yokozuna and Bret Hart totally exhausted like they are? Look at this.
It has taken a tremendous toll on each individual from a physical, mental, and certainly emotional standpoint. Listen to these fans.
Come on, Yoko. Get him. Get him from behind.
All right, Bret Hart. Underneath the roundhouse, Bret Hart. Oh, no.
That's it. We have a winner.
Yokozuna is not covering Bret Hart.
He doesn't know where he's at, I'm telling you.
Yokozuna again, ladies and gentlemen. We all have bad days and nights, and this is not one of Yokozuna's better ones, I don't believe. Why didn't he cover Bret Hart right there?
I don't know, I'm not in the ring. Don't ask me, go ask him.
Yokozuna, look at the size of Yokozuna, and unfortunately, Bret Hart appears to be totally...
Cover him, Yoko! Cover him!
Yokozuna now, coming off the rope. Yokozuna! No!
He waited too long, way too long.
Bret Hart was setting up Yokozuna. Bret Hart took a chance to set up Yokozuna. Now, all you have to do is roll him over. No, he's going for it. He's going for it.
No,
he's going for the sharpshooter.
He won't get it on him,
He's going for the same hold, ladies and gentlemen. He had on Yokozuna.
No
one can withstand this hold.
No.
And it's almost cinched in.
Oh my God, he's got it on him.
Yes. Come on, Bret. Come on, Bret. Yes, it's cinched in.
Fuji, something.
The Hitman Bret Hart has just defeated Yokozuna. I heard him. Yokozuna just said, I surrender.
You didn't hear nothing.
Yes, I did. Here comes Owen Hart for the celebration.
This must be it.
Hey, wait a minute. The official's outside with Owen Hart. What's he doing out there? Fuji now.
Waffle,
Fuji now. No. Look at this. Owen Hart's on the outside with the official. And I believe there was a submission. I believe Bret Hart just became the World Wrestling Federation champion. And I believe Mr. Fuji just crowned him, all right. You can't blame Owen Hart. You can't blame him for going and attacking Yokozuna. And out there with Fuji as well. Go ahead.
Come on, referee, let's get some law and order in there, huh?
Owen Hart with that bucket that Fuji used on his brother.
Let's see what happens.
That is the time, ladies and gentlemen. And look, there's the former WWF champion. Yokozuna and Mr. Fuji on the outside.
I told you, McMahon, I don't feel well. I told you something was going to happen. You wouldn't listen to me. No one would.
Outside interference by Owen Hart.
What?
The winner by disqualification and still World Wrestling
Well, he didn't
Federation
give up then.
champion.
Yokozuna did not give up then.
I could have sworn I heard Yokozuna surrender. Owen Hart must have heard it as well whilst we have come down to ringside to celebrate.
It shows you how dumb the Harts are.
Oh, this is a horrible thing to happen to the Hitman Bret Hart. Horrible. We'll be back with more of the showdown.
I feel good now.
We certainly hope you have enjoyed tonight's Sunday Night Showdown right here on USA. We invite you, once again, ladies and gentlemen, to pick up the phone, call your local cable company, and order the WWF Survivor Series. The Survivor Series extravaganza coming at you from the Boston Garden this Wednesday night. All right, Bobby Heenan, perhaps some reflections on tonight's events.
Well, earlier in the evening, I thought I was going to have a Malox moment or even have to hit the Pepto. But I feel great now. Why? Because my friend Yokozuna is still the WWF champion. And I can't wait till Survivor Series to see what the foreign fanatics do to Lex Luger's All-Americans. And what do you think, McMahon, what Shawn Michaels, the undisputed Intercontinental Champion, is going to do to the Hart family? Tell me, with his new Knights.
I have no idea. It's going to be exciting, that's for sure. Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon. Gentlemen, you're going to be there. I believe this is your first Survivor Series, is it not, Jim Ross?
It certainly is, Vince. I've watched them all on pay-per-view, but it'll be my first time in the Boston Garden, my first time in person at the WWF Survivor Series. Gorilla, tell us about this unique format.
Well, you know, Jim Ross, I don't care how good you are individually. This has to be a collective team effort. Each team starts with 4 team members, and as they are eliminated, they have to go back to the locker room, leaving their partners to fend for themselves. It could boil down to 4 against 3, 4 against 2, or even 4 against 1. The ramifications make this event just unbelievable. And Brain, hey Weasel, I got some news for you. We may be hundreds of miles apart right now, but come this Wednesday night, we'll both be in the Boston Garden, and perhaps, Brain, before it's all over, those retired jerseys won't be the only things hanging from those hallowed rafters.
Why don't you peel a stalk of bananas and choke on them? And this is Ross's first Survivor Series. He's seen them all. Sure, he's been freeloading over at Floyd's Barbershop. He only got one TV in town. It's black and white.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
Indoor plumbing.
We'll see you this Wednesday night at the Survivor Series. And, well, as we leave you, yes, here they come. Here comes Men on a Mission. They're back in the house. It's Mabel, Mo, and Oscar with a special WWF Survivor Series wrap. Come on, Bobby, get down. Get down.
You're louder than them.
Thanksgiving, throw your hands to the air and wave them in the atmosphere. And if you're ready for Turkey Thanksgiving Day, somebody say, oh yeah, oh yeah. Somebody in the house say, oh, somebody, anybody, everybody scream. Thanksgiving is coming. Grab your turkey, dressing and stuffing. Let's say a prayer for the that have nothing. Thanksgiving Day is coming. This is what we say. Get with family, friends, then you eat. Yeah, and then do it like this. You gotta be me. I wanna talk about Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah, Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve. Survivor Series. Survivor Series is coming. We got Little Big Chop, MPN, and Yoko. They're gonna be there. But who's gonna win? Who's the All-Americans? Lex, Baker, Scott, Rick. Yeah, they got a nasty trick. They're gonna beat them. They're gonna skin them. Get those fanatics. And they're gonna pin them. Yeah. So do it. Yeah. Telling you. You can see it on pay-per-view. Survivor Series 93. We're getting down to the place to be. Men on a mission. Do it like this. Yeah. Gonna do it like this. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Somebody. Anybody. Everybody scream. Yeah. 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 Survivor. Survivor. Survivor, Survivor, Mo and Mabel, and Bo.